Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you were with us in the last video, you've seen we took care of business in the bathroom. We exposed all the plumbing, we cut down drains, we dug a huge hole. Everything in the bathroom is pretty much ready for the plumbers when they're ready now to get here and start sorting stuff out. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and take care of all the electrical gear that we still have to get sorted out so we can get our electrician back, start getting our power and stuff sorted out. So we're going to start by, first of all, we're going to go and cut some holes in the roof in here where we want the lights to, and we'll even just mark out where we're going to put our skylight in the bathroom. Then we're going to go through to the kitchen area, start pumping our holes into the roof in the kitchen and the butler's kitchen. Then that way, that's all the holes for all the downlights that we require in the house, and we can start running our cables in the roof. Let's get into it. Alright, so we've just gone ahead and put the holes in the main kitchen here. Plus we went ahead and chucked two up in the butler's kitchen. So we should be pretty good now. We've got all our holes in the roof. Now it's just a matter of getting up in the roof and running our cables. So let's get into it. Try and get this thing knocked out. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and got all the light holes sorted out where the downlights are going, in the kitchen, in the butler's kitchen, in here. Everything's sorted out. We've got all the cables run, all nice and tidy, clipped to the beams and everything, so it's nice and tidy for the electrician to come when he comes, know where everything is, just be able to terminate it all nice and cleanly for us, and we should have some lights, which will be super exciting. Can't wait to get some lights back in this joint. We'll be able to start working a little bit later into the night on it. But as for now, what we're going to do is, up on the roof here, we've got the two downlights, and then we've got that center mark. That's going to be for a skylight. So the reason we're fitting a skylight is because that window there is going to get boxed in, because we don't want a window looking out into the kitchen area. So there'll be no natural light at all in this room, which means it's going to be pretty dark. So we've gone ahead and got a skylight to fit. So we'll be doing that first up. And the other thing we're a bit worried about with not having any windows and stuff in this room is the airflow in here. So what we've gone and done is we've gone and bought 2 fans to go up in the roof to extract the steam and stuff out of here that's going to get used when the bathroom's getting used. And what we're doing is we're going to connect that straight up to the bathroom light. So as soon as the light switches on, we're going to have 2 fans kick in to start extracting any steam and stuff that's in the room. Should be absolutely fantastic. So as for now, let's go pull the skylight out, have a look at what we got, so we can get into it. Alright guys, so there we go. We've got the outside cover which goes onto the roof there. Looking absolutely fantastic. We've got the inside cover that goes to the ceiling. We've got some conduit which goes between the 2 of them. They've chucked in some duct tape and they've got some fittings. We've also got a warranty in the box but no instructions. Absolutely fantastic, just the way we like it. Let's see how we can wing this one out. Alright, so that was the easy part done. The inside hole's there and ready to go. Ready for the internal section. But now we've got to go and do the rooftop. So the problem being is we need that as close as we can to straight up. Now we have got solar panels on top of the roof here, and I know they begin around there somewhere. So what I've gone and done is I've just been up inside that hole with the tape measure and measured to the next batten on to the next roof, part of the roof. So I've taken a measure from there. We're going to go up on the roof now, take a measure and see where that comes to, and if I need to adjust I will, before I go chucking a hole through the solar panel. So let's go check that out. So as you can see, that's our little laser coming up from in the floor there to the center of the hole. But we've got the solar panels underneath there, so we can't go for there. So what I've just done a bit of a check for, they reckon try and do it as best you can so you get a nice smooth curve. So since the roof's leaning down a bit, we've kind of come to about here. So about here should be that'll be alongside the solar panel there. And we'll be able to get a light, and it will be a nice smooth transition from there down to the hole. So hopefully it should give us some relevant light. So I'm going to drill a hole, we'll see how we go. We'll go up there, check it out. I'm only drilling a small hole for the fact that it gives us room for error. But we'll see how it goes and go from there. Alright guys, so we've just gone and measured the fitment on the top part that goes into the actual roof. We've got the sizing, we've got a hole drilled in the tin, so we're just going to go and run up there, do a bit of a circle, make sure everything's clear of where we want to go. And as you've seen, I managed, once I got it on there, I kind of run a bead of elastic around the base of it, and then I've got a piece of pipe that was roughly the same size as the flutes, and I just belted it in so we got a nice profile and screwed it all the way around. And then we just ran heaps of silicone around the whole thing, just to fingers crossed we seal the whole lot and no trouble with leaks. That's the one thing I did here when I started telling people I was putting a skylight in. They said they're prone to leaks, so we just don't want any leaks. Fingers crossed we've sorted that problem out. As for now, fingers crossed when we pull this tube across, it should start lighting up this room a little bit, which should be a good indication we got some light there. And then we can start putting the bottom shroud in, wrap it up, putting it up. I'm leaving the protective coating on for the reason being that we are going to be painting eventually, so I'll just use that and it'll just be masked up all ready to go. As for that, let's get into it. Well, there you go, we've got ourselves a skylight. Don't know what it's going to be like when that window's blocked off. It didn't seem to make that much difference in here, but we shall see. When we get that window blocked off, it's going to be the moment of truth. So, as for now, I'm going to go pick up some kids from school. We'll catch you tomorrow. Alright guys, so it's been a couple of days. We're back here again. As you seen the other day we were here, we got the skylight in. Looking absolutely fantastic. Don't know if it's lighting up the room quite as much as I was hoping, but we'll see what it comes up like once we box that window in. But for now, what we're going to do while we're doing work on this ceiling, we're going to go ahead and cut 2 holes in the roof for the extractor fans so we can get them up, mounted up, ready to go. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so there you go, we've got the first one fitted up. Now I just want to let you see what we're actually using. So we've got the Clipsal airflow performance fan, which is what was recommended because we asked for a high flow fan, and this was one of the better ones that the shop had, and it was only 70, 80 bucks or something for one fan. So we bought 2 of them so we can get some decent air extraction in this room. But I'd just like to point out a couple of the cool things with it. So one of the things I thought was pretty cool, you got this strip here, you cut that off, you put something between the center there. And as you've seen, I had a screwdriver, found my center point up there, stabbed it through, then I just pressed the pen through the other side, run it around a couple of times to make a mark. Helps if you've got a decent pen, but mine scribed it in enough for me to get a pencil up there and just mark it out, so I knew exactly where I was going. And we had the perfect size, fitted straight in, made life heaps easier. The other thing I thought was pretty cool was actually on the fan itself, here. So you've got the thing presses up in there, and then you've got these screws already fitted, and there's like a plastic clip that you're on there that kind of slides up. And as you put it up, you press them inside, so they're sitting inside. You push it all up, you press that out so it's on the other side of your plasterboard, and then you just do them up, and that's it, clamped, ready to go. So super sweet, super easy to fit. That took no time at all to actually get that up. So now we're going to go ahead and get the other one up, so we're done with the roof. So alright guys, so there we go, we've got 2 fans up now. So we've got the one there, and we've got the one there, both looking fantastic. I've put the covers on just to see what it was going to look like. They will be coming off before we paint, so once we go to paint, covers will come off. We've got the tape around the skylight. We'll get our paint done, remove the tape, put our covers back up, put our downlights up. Everything should look fantastic. As for now, we're done with the roof. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some wood together, box these windows in here. It has got a little bit of a step there already, which I should be able to use to our advantage. So what we'll do is we'll put the box, I'm going to make 2 box sections just go in the middle of the frame there. We'll push it in and just leave enough steps so it's still got enough for the concrete board just to sit flush with the wood. And then what we'll be doing once we've got all the plumbing and stuff done, all the bricks back in the wall where we need them and stuff, we're just going to be giving it a big render over with mortar so the wall becomes one before we go and chuck tiles on. So in saying that, let's go get some wood together and start cutting. Well, there you go, guys. Our light is off. We're strictly skylight only now. So the brightness is a lot better than I expected, actually. When that window was open, I thought a lot of the brightness was coming from that. But surprisingly enough, we've blocked that off now. We've got no light coming into this room, apart from what's coming from the roof. So pretty happy with how this has turned out. Now we've got one more quick job I want to get done today before we go. And that is, we've got to work out where the actual... So originally when we were talking to the plumber, he was talking about running the drain pipes for the vanity up through the floor. And then we had a bit of a... We agreed with it, but then we didn't think until afterwards we're going to have a hanging vanity. So you're going to be able to see the floor underneath. We don't want 2 pipes coming out of the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and run a couple of channels in the right places on the wall. Cut them in so then the pipe can go into there. And when the pipe's all done, we can mortar over, put the tiles over, and everything should look fantastic. So in saying that, let's go grab the grinder and get cutting. Alright guys, so we're back. We've just finished the weekend, and over the weekend Dara had a couple of mind changes. Bing! So instead of going an 1800 vanity now, we're going to go a 1500 vanity because she wants a wider shower area, which is absolutely fine. That's no worries at all. So we did stop on Friday because she started having mind changes in that stage there, so I wasn't 100% sure where we were going to be putting these drain slots to. Now we know it's 1500. We've gone and put the drain slots in the wall. They're all ready to go, and it's even a little bit higher, so if we need to go higher or lower, we can set that, no worries. And once the pipe's in there, we'll just cut new bricks, mortar them back in, and it should be fantastic. The other thing you've seen we did do was drill 2 holes, one there and one there. And that reasoning be, this here's about going to be about the countertop height, and then what she wants is like a bowl sink that sits on top, and then the tap comes out of the wall and hangs into the bowl. Should look fantastic. So we've had to put a hole in the walls so we can have 2 mixer taps placed in there. Whether the plumber's going to be able to work it from there or not with what we've put there, or we'll have to bust out a couple more bricks. Whatever it is, we'll sort that out. The other thing you see me do was we come over here and we knocked a couple more bricks out up the top there and down the bottom here, for reasoning of, because we are going to go a wider shower now, we want that shower head to still be central, so we've got to drag it over a couple 100 mil, line it up, and it should be fantastic. Now there's one last thing we need to take care of now, and that is, because we're not going to be having the toilet down here now at this stage, when we boxed in that window, the idea was the toilet was still going to be remained, but I made a shelving area out of this window cavity, so we're not going to be using that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and get the router, set the depth of the blue board onto the router tip, and I'm going to run around the outside on the shelving set up there, and then hopefully we can just sink some blue board in there, screw it all up, and that'll be ready to render over. Should be absolutely fantastic. So in saying that, let's get into it. Alright guys, so as you've seen, I did end up knocking the bricks out of there in the end. I thought about it, because we're going to be getting mixer taps in there, I thought it'd probably be a better idea to have a bit more room for the plumber to work, and that way he can join pipes up or whatever he needs to do, and once he's done we can go ahead and re-brick it and it'll look fantastic. So we did also went around with the routed the edge of the board there so we can get our blue board in. And as you can see, I've chucked a bit of insulation in 2 of the cavities out of the 3, because I thought something that would be pretty cool. We're not planning on ripping this wall down anytime soon. Gone and written ourselves a little letter to the future, little time capsule here. Chucked a little coin from this year in it, and we're going to go ahead and chuck it up in the cavity. We're going to go box it in. And you never know, one day, many years from now, we might sell up and someone else will be in this house or something renovating up. And they'll get a little letter from StayTrue TV. So there you go guys, we've gone and got the panel on, all screwed on, nice and tight, ready to go. And our little time capsule is inside there, ready to rock and roll. So that's going to be a wrap for this video. As you've seen, we got a fair bit done. We got the electrical work sorted out in the roof. We got the fans in. We got the skylight in. We got our windows boxed off. Put our little time capsule in the back of the wall there. Fingers crossed in 20-30 years we might see that re-arrive. We've gone and modified our plumbing for where other things have to go. We've got our drain cutouts in the wall, sorted, ready to go. We've got the 2 holes up here for the taps to go in. Sweet, ready to go. So we are moving along quite nicely. Unfortunately, Dara did get a phone call from the plumber that we've been dealing with, and they said unfortunately due to too much work on their side, they won't be able to take on our job. So we have been making a few phone calls to a few other plumbers around Whyalla. Fingers crossed we'll get them here. They'll have a look at the job. Hopefully one of them will be happy enough to take it on. get it sorted, and then we can start wrapping this place up. We'd like to say thank you for your love and support to the channel. We hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up down below. Set your notifications for upcoming videos because there's still so much to do on this house, and we've still got so bigger plans for the rest of the house still coming up in the videos that you don't want to miss. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, StayTrue TV, to get the inside scoop before YouTube. Stay safe. We'll catch you next time.